The Marine is not a strong target for Spawn Broodling. So the Broodling spell is expensive. It costs 150 energy and it's a research for 100. So you should only use it against high value targets. And the Marine, of course, is a very cheap unit at just 50 minerals. But on the other hand, at least the Marine is a valid target for Spawn Broodling because the spell does only work on non-robotic ground units and it one-shots the target unit. So I think the correct tier for the Marine is the C tier. And next we have the Firebat. This is a little bit more expensive than the Marine and it also is a non-robotic ground unit, so it is a target for Broodling. And it's far from being a high value target, but because it is 25 gas more expensive than the Marine, I'm going to have to put it into B tier. And next we have the Vulture. The Vulture also costs just 75 minerals. It is a very cheap unit. It's a little bit better than the Marine, but it is still not a high value target, but it is a non-robotic ground unit. And next we have the buildings here. These are going into D tier because the spell just works on units, doesn't work on buildings. And next we have the Ghost, and the Ghost again is a little bit more expensive than these units. It's a little bit more high value. It costs 25 minerals and 75 gas. And another thing about the Ghost is that the Spawn Broodling spell can be used to cancel the nuke. So when the Ghost tries to nuke your base, and let's say you only have Zerglings to defend, and the Ghost maybe is on a cliff or something, and the Zerglings cannot reach the Ghost, the spell actually is good because it one-shots the enemy Ghost. So I would put the Ghost into A tier. And next we have the Medic. So the Medic costs exactly as much as the Firebat. It costs 50 minerals and 25 gas, so it has to go into the B tier. And next we have the Goliath. This unit is the most expensive of the ones that we had so far. I would put the Goliath into A tier. It is a solid target for Spawn Broodling. It gets one shot. It costs 100 minerals and 50 gas. That's not super high value, but it is solid. And next we have the Wraith. This is going to D tier because the spell does not work on any air units. And the tank, that's of course an easy S tier. So I mean, playing against a large number of tanks is actually, I think, the only real reason to make the research for Spawn Broodling. It's the only really high value target. It costs 150 minerals and 100 gas. It is, in some compositions, it is the most important unit in the Terran arsenal because it has such a big range and so killing tanks with Broodling is pretty efficient. And of course, you sometimes also get the benefit of tank friendly fire because the spell creates a couple of small Broodlings. And if there's a group of tanks, they're going to cause friendly fire. So this is an S tier. And next we have the Battle Cruiser. This is a D tier again. The spell does not target air units. So these guys here are also going into D tier. And last but not least, we have the SCV. It costs 50 minerals just as a Marine, so it has to go into the C tier. Alright dudes, thanks for watching.